As the weather starts to turn and winter's right around the corner, cold weather, of course, and speaking of the unhoused, how are the preparations coming, and what kind of preparations, anything new that the city's going to do this year to assist those living outside when the cold weather hits?
There's two, what the city looks at doing is generally there's two stages of activation. We have temperatures which go from 0 to -9, and then when it gets to -10 and below. So when it looks at 0 to -9, what we're looking at doing is making sure that our bylaw, our on-call teams, RCMP, fire departments, and all other service providers within the community are providing the warmth, the blankets, things that can make certain that if individuals are choosing to still live on the street, they're choosing not to go into the shelters, that they're taken care of and at least they have those services provided. Once it gets to -10, then it goes into a little bit of a different scenario where they're actually doing wellness checks on the individuals. We now have our warming buses that are coming into play, and this year to look at advancing what's new. There's been agreements that have been put in place where Kelowna Gospel Mission has more individual beds that will be available. Metro has implemented a program where they have a MAT program for women, so if extreme cold temperatures, they're also providing additional services there. So the plans for what is going to happen during the winter months have an accumulation of items that we're working on, and collectively they will all be put together. Right now we know we have about 330 shelter beds that are available within the community. Last count that we had with regards to individuals on our street was about 220, 230. We suspect that some of that will come down over the next while because shelters will be the place to go. And then as we open up the third unit of tiny homes, there'll be a certain number of individuals who will transition from the shelters, because that's the stage, that's the qualifying place that individuals spend the time first, and they go from the shelters into that. So it will open up more spaces within the shelters as those individuals transition into the tiny homes.